Buford Pusser, a name that folks know, the legendary Tennessee sheriff whose life inspired the movie Walking Tall. For decades, people believed he was a hero who fought corruption, moonshiners, and organized crime in McNairy County, Tennessee, and lost his wife Pauline in a violent ambush. But now, almost 60 years later, the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation has come forward with what they call shocking new evidence. In May of 2022, the TBI reopened Pauline's case, and with permission of Pauline's family, the state exhumed her body for an autopsy. The TBI said the evidence didn't line up with Sheriff Pusser's story, such as case file pictures showing blood-stained splatters on the outside of the car. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation believes that Pauline was actually shot, more likely outside the car and then placed inside. They also found other injuries, such as a broken nose from the past, that's often associated with domestic abuse. The biggest shock of all is medical advisors stating they believe the sheriff's wound was self-inflicted.
Dr. Ravel opines that the gunshot wound to Buford Pusser's cheek was a close contact wound, not long range, as Buford Pusser described, and likely self-inflicted.
Most likely by sticking the gun barrel in his mouth and then turning the barrel to his cheek, minimizing facial damage. The district attorney and Tennessee Bureau of Investigation believe that now there is enough probable cause, if he were alive today, to indict him for murder. It makes me wonder, where was the TBI 58 years ago when all this evidence was fresh? Why did it take an individual to do their job? Located what could possibly be the M1 carbine used to kill Pauline, it broke the case wide open. It seemed that following Buford had become a teenage thing to see what trouble the sheriff might get into each night. He stated that the sheriff was acting erratic, getting into arguments with a female friend and becoming physical, driving crazy, screaming tires and sliding sideways. And a good friend of Pauline's stated she drove Pauline to her house to get her clothes, thinking Buford would be gone. This was the wife of one of Buford's deputies. Pauline wanted her to go in the house with her, but she said no, afraid Buford might show up. So she drove up the street to wait. Then her greatest fear was realized when she saw the sheriff's car pull in the driveway. A short time later, she heard what could have been a gunshot. Not knowing what to do or who to tell, after all, he was the sheriff and her husband would most assuredly take Buford's part. So she left, not knowing what had happened. A few hours later, she learned that Pauline had been killed in an ambush. And now, some 60 years later, it comes to light. When the sheriff is unable to defend himself, whose fault was it that it took so long? The McNairy County Sheriff's Department surely wasn't going to investigate their own sheriff, so the investigation was left up to the Tennessee Bureau of Investigations, who failed miserably. They knew that there were several witnesses crucial to the case that they intentionally ignored.
I'm just a simple man trying to be made.